So let's continue from our last topic.
Buddy passes is still a thing.
Fire. No man for use buddy pass. That's out of pocket. See,
yo,
it's crazy. Yo, Mark. Nah, but all jokes aside, so last time we were here, we was having a discussion about how a lot of black people in this country, and I have to say in this country because there's definitely a difference between black Americans and black foreigners.
Oh yeah.
They live in this, they have this fantasy of like this black only club.
A black utopia.
Yeah, like this black only club, like this black only relationships where if you date someone that's not black, then you're not helping the struggle. Or if you do business outside of the black community, then you're giving your dollar away to other ethnic groups and shit like that. And we're gonna go into that layer by layer, but let's start with the relationship thing. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like by a black person dating someone outside of their race that they're not contributing to the evolution of of black people to come? Pause.
I mean, it depends, because if they do date outside the race, then they're really not, right? Now the question is it your obligation, to raise, what I'm saying, to date? And it's hard to say something like that. Like I don't see how. I guess dating. It's
not hard. It's the laziest, most ignorant shit in the world that you can say. It's the dumbest shit in the world.
I mean, it depends on what angle that you're looking at it, right? Because to me, if you're dating, right? But there's just so many different ways to look at it. Because if you're having a duty and this is what you're doing to your race, it's fine. But if it's out of love, you should be able to be with
But this
anybody.
is what I'm saying. So like dating comes out of love, right? Like you date someone because you love them. Like in a proverbial dating situation, you date someone because you love them.
Yeah, I guess.
So does love have color? Like, do you see color when you have love? Like love is a feeling. It's an existence.
But it's a feeling based on your belief. It's based on your belief. Because if you believe that you only for your race and all of that, you'll be turned off by everybody else.
That is the dumbest shit in the world. But
that's what I'm saying. That it's once you believe something, everything else is under that belief, right?
And listen, I'm open to all like strong Black Panther-ish, whatever the fuck y'all think y'all are. Like I'll go back and forth with you about this shit all the time. Like you're not gonna tell me that in this world of billions of beautiful people that I'm fucking marginalizing myself to Black women, Black owned businesses, Black cats, Black sex. Like what the fuck? Everything has to be Black. Like it makes no fucking sense.
No,
like,
it's not.
Like,
that.
Does anyone wear one color clothing all the time?
Listen.
Then no. Let me finish. And then niggas want to talk about, okay, cool. Like don't tell me that a business is a Black owned business and expect me to fucking want to do business there because of that.
Yeah.
Like I want what I want.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like when I'm doing something or I'm purchasing something or I'm obtaining a service, I want what I want based on the precedence of what I already know about what I'm looking for.
What you're looking for, yeah.
I'm not looking for Black owned Ralph Lauren. I want Ralph Lauren.
I guess
it's very fucking simple.
I know. I guess, but you're looking at it on a totally different angle. I think I think anything that's just a blanket statement, like just buy Black. Like I'm gonna buy Black if it's something that I want and it happens to be from a Black person and it's good quality.
No, I'm gonna buy my shea butter Black. You feel
I'm gonna buy Black soap.
Like
no, but you know what I'm saying. But like, nah,
I'm gonna buy shit that is specific, and then don't tell me, oh well, the Jews do this and they're, or on the Asians they stay within their community and the Latinos and they. You're talking about specific groups of people that have taken the time out to create an economic structure where it makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Where it fucking works. You understand what I'm saying?
It's kind of like It's something for you to just say, just buy black and with no context, just do it and not even understand what the plan is. When the Jews are all
suck my I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
It's totally different.
I'm not doing it. Like, nah, like it's the dumbest shit in the world. Like, I'm going to be blind to other things because of color.
I mean, it is dumb when there's no context.
You know how many people I met, like, in my, and it's on both ends. It's not just black, but I can only speak for black. On my crusade through life, you know how many black people I've met that don't understand anything about cultures that are outside of our race?
It's crazy.
You're not listening to me because you're too busy texting whoever you texted.
I actually didn't text. I told him to look at the phone.
Why'd you tell him to look at the phone?
Because we're in a group chat and someone else texted. And
so you're paying attention to something that you're not even listening to what I'm talking about.
I was. You were talking about other black people that haven't been exposed or don't know anything else about.
And how does that make you feel?
I was about to answer when you cut him off.
You sure?
I was. Right.
How does that make you feel as another black person? Like,
bro, it's amazing to me when I speak to other black people that never left their state, that never been on a plane. You know what I'm saying? Like
could be a financial thing.
No.
Okay. Break it down.
Because you could take a bus. There's Chinese buses that go everywhere. I'm just saying a plane. Because
the Chinese bus is only limited to, I believe that's like a New York thing.
Nah, it's all over. They go everywhere.
I've never seen Chinese buses.
Nah, they go everywhere. There's a Chinatown everywhere, so they go everywhere in every state. But it's like it's sad. It is a reflection of where a lot of us are at. You know what I'm saying? Like that they're not exposed to anything. They don't know anything. But it's also on the other side like that too. Because a lot of people don't know anything as far as black culture besides what they see on television.
Too. Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody stays into their own little box and everyone likes to be around what they're used to. No one wants to be around anything different. Everyone is scared. Everyone doesn't like change. It's the worst.
I hate all those people. Like,
yeah, me too.
If you're that close-minded to the point where you feel like everything you know or everything you've been around is all that exists and it's superior to anything else, you're a fucking idiot. Like, as simple as that.
No, that's a fact.
And like these are the, the things that we try to educate people on, because it's like, I'm going to have a kid pretty soon, right? And not to go off too far off topic, but my child is going to be a mixed child, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
My kid's going to be half black of Caribbean descent, and then kid's going to be half Latino of Mexican descent, right?
Yeah.
Latina, sorry.
Or Latina.
Whatever, Latin.
Or Latina. Listen. Listen, there's mad different things,
Word, like, of Mexican descent. And it's like, even, and that's what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna make this a regional thing, like in my explanation real quick. I do not want to raise my kid on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. I don't want to raise my kid specifically in LA, because when I see the division of the not so many races that exist there, like there's not even that many ethnic groups. Like, everyone talks about this place like it's so fucking diverse. It's not that diverse. Like, it's really not. It's not diverse.
It's not diverse.
You have your white Americans, you have your Armenians, you have your black Americans, you have your Mexicans. It's about it. There's no.
If you're talking about like LA, right?
Because
there's like a lot of Asians.
And then
in like San Francisco.
of course. And then you have Asians, of course. No, there's a lot of Asians in LA as well. Like Orange County specifically is a lot down there too. Everywhere.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I give 5 or 6 dominant race, like ethnic groups.
Yeah, it's not really like a melting pot.
No,
like
it's
how
not.
New York is, or even down here.
No, it's really not. Like, I haven't. When I grew up in New York, I know girls that are from Cambodia. I haven't seen too many Cambodian girls in LA or guys. I know, like, the amount of fucking islands that we grew up around, people from Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, Guyana, Barbados, DR. Like, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on. Then with South America being in such close proximity to where we are here now in Miami, it's like, I would prefer my kid be raised somewhere where there's real diversity.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I've seen and I've heard, stories of over there in LA where they don't want their daughters or their sons to be dating outside the race. Like, I've heard there's Armenian families that.
Would you ever think of why?
I don't care why. Let me finish what I'm saying first. We can try to decipher why after. Yeah. But like, I've heard like there's Armenian families that will not allow their child to date Mexican or black, or vice versa. A Mexican won't allow their child to. And I think really, really far. So imagine my little half black, half Mexican child has a friend who happens to be, I don't know, Hispanic for some reason. I mean, Mexican, Guatemalan, whatever, right? Over there. And the parents 9 times out of 10 are going to be both of the same race. But now my daughter is considered a half-breed, right? Mm-hmm. So now the son might be considered a half-breed. Yeah. So now they might not want their child to feel like it's acceptable when they see these two parents come together to pick up their kid. And they're like, oh, well, if my friend's mom and dad are completely different, then maybe I can do the same thing. And there's a lot of parents that teach their kids that that's not what they want them to do.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying? So then now I'm putting my kid in a situation where they constantly have to choose who they are. When it's like over here or places where there's more unity in races, don't exist. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't exist because I guess everyone is free. But, as we're talking about it, I'm like, is it right? Right? Like,
is what right?
Meaning where everybody's all over the place, where they don't have a specific agenda or a purpose, right? Like the Armenians that want to keep it Armenian, basically they want to keep their culture. They don't want to lose it. Or let's say Italians or blacks, everything like that. Is it something wrong with trying to keep the core of it together?
I think there's everything wrong with that.
Why?
Because you'll
lose it. It's like I bet, like I'm Haitian and I can speak Creole, but my daughter, she doesn't speak it. She can understand.
That's not her fault.
I know.
That's your fault.
No, but listen, what I'm saying is it's a lot of these second and third generation kids that really don't speak the language that was over there.
That's based on the parents.
It can be based on the parents. I can speak it barely. Like I speak it fluently, but I don't speak it like my parents.
Obviously.
So you understand what I'm saying? But it's after a while when everybody's mixing, you kind of lose it.
But you shouldn't. Because if you're mixing,
I'm just giving an example.
I understand. I get it. But if you're mixing and you're educating at the same time, then there's no reason why you should lose it. It's the same. It's the same way how I can sit here and not only me, I can speak in a Jamaican accent, a Trinidadian accent, a Bayesian accent, a Guyanese accent.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the specific terms of certain native tongues because you're around it consistently.
Yes. But remember, you have to take in consideration that you grew up in the time and I grew up in the time where these were a lot of first generation, people. Your parents came from there.
There's a lot of first generation people here. They're still coming over.
No, they still are. But even because of the internet, even their countries are being washed with the culture here to where people are losing their culture, to where certain music is not the same. It's like if you really look at it, when I grew up, even Spanish music, I grew up on a lot of salsa, bachata, like Juan Luis Guerra and Bonnie Cepeda, Willie Colon, and all of these people, Cuco Valor, and all of them. And if you think about it now, nobody listens to that music. They listen to more reggaeton. It's more hip hop. It's more rap. Even Haitian music.
Yeah, but the culture is not lost though.
Nah, the newer music is kind of overshadowing the older music. Yeah, it's like new.
But the core culture is still within the new music. It's not going anywhere.
No, I understand that, but
you get what I'm saying?
Yes, like the music. It's like, there's like if you listen to rap, it's still boom bap. But it's like a lot of culture is the more it mixes, it creates something new and it gets farther from the original. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not going to fault the Armenians for wanting to keep it. I'm going to fault them if they don't allow other people to do what they want to do. That's my thing.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not saying,
That's
yeah,
my
of
thing.
course. It's like,
I get it.
that's why they hate the Kardashians so much.
Like, I get it.
They hate them for that, the fact that, you know, they decide that, and they're different. They have sauce. That's the reason why they operate the way that they do. You understand? They're not stiff. Like when you're stiff, it shows. You understand? Like it you don't really, you know, you don't really operate on that level of sauce. You just keep things very, very in a box. Like you're just very square.
Yeah, I think it has to do with a lot of people. People always have these agendas and shit like that, but I think
I just
don't like you gotta look at all the sides. That's all I'm saying. When you're telling people something, you gotta let them know why to do it and what's the benefits to it. Just don't tell them, you know, don't tell me to buy black just because it's black.
I've heard black women say, "Oh, I can never date a Hispanic guy or a white guy." I'm like, why? Mm-hmm. Like, there's really no real reason, bro. There's no reason why. Like, it's just that's just ingrained in them.
I mean, I guess that because I like women that like the same culture that I like. You know what I'm saying? I want to relate to whoever I'm dealing with. You know what I'm
culture
saying?
In what sense though? Culture is very. You can compartmentalize culture.
Yes.
You feel me? Like culture in what sense?
Same music. It doesn't have to be the same music, but
it doesn't.
I want to have a few things in common.
But this is the thing. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. If you're talking about culture and you're moving in a certain region, I can kind of understand that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, if we're going to stick to music, there's so many reggaeton songs that came from reggae music.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's still it's still close though.
They're close, but they're completely separate at the same time.
Yes, but it's still close. There's still something in common. What I'm saying is like, I wouldn't be with like an Amish person or like, you know, some farmer that has nothing to do with what I like. Like,
you just don't like farmers.
No, I got no problem with a farmer. I'm just saying we'd have to have a few things in common. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, commonality. Okay.
Commonality.
But are you afraid to learn something new?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
I'm talking about the people that specifically don't want to learn.
Nah, they all need to die. You know?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.